Counting Corner presents another amazing video. Have you ever pondered the thought of where you might not be welcome as an American traveler? It's a curious question, isn't it? Today we delve into the top 10 countries where Americans are, well, less than welcome. First off, we have North Korea. The Hermit Kingdom, as some call it, is not exactly a fan of the United States. The political tension between the two nations is palpable, and it's reflected in the country's attitude towards American tourists. Travel here is highly restricted and fraught with risks. Moving on, we find ourselves in Iran. The relationship between Iran and the United States has been rocky, to say the least. The US government strongly advises against travel to Iran due to safety concerns and the risk of detention. Next up is Afghanistan. The war-torn nation has a long history of conflict, and its relationship with the US is no exception. Travel here is incredibly dangerous and strongly discouraged. Fourth on our list is Sudan. The African nation has a complicated relationship with the US due to its history of human rights abuses and conflicts. The US Department of State has issued a travel warning for Sudan due to terrorism and armed conflict. Next, we have Venezuela. The South American country is in the midst of a political and economic crisis. The US government has issued a Level 4 travel advisory for Venezuela, advising Americans not to travel there. Crossing continents, we land in Syria. The Middle Eastern nation has been devastated by civil war, and the US has been involved in the conflict. Travel to Syria is highly discouraged due to the ongoing violence and terrorism. Then, we have Iraq. The relationship between Iraq and the US is complex and strained due to decades of conflict. The US Department of State has issued a Level 4 travel advisory for Iraq, advising Americans not to travel there. Next on our list is Somalia. The African nation is plagued by instability and conflict, and the US has been involved in efforts to combat terrorism in the country. Travel to Somalia is strongly discouraged due to the risk of piracy, armed conflict, and kidnapping. Ninth on our list is Libya. The North African country has been in a state of turmoil since the Arab Spring, and the US has been involved in the conflict. Travel to Libya is strongly discouraged due to the ongoing violence and political instability. Finally, we have Yemen. The Middle Eastern nation is in the midst of a brutal civil war, and the US has been involved in the conflict. Travel to Yemen is highly discouraged due to the ongoing conflict and terrorism. Welcome to Counting Corner, another amazing video, 10 countries where Americans are not welcome. In summary, we've traversed the globe from North Korea to Yemen, highlighting the top 10 countries where Americans are less than welcome. These nations, due to ongoing conflicts, political tensions, and safety concerns, are places where American travelers should tread with caution. Remember, it's always important to research and respect the political climate and cultural norms of any country you plan to visit. Travel safe, everyone!